We're here today to talk about the why. Why are we here? Why are we doing what we're doing? Why do we have a digital community?
Yeah, I feel like once you're connected to your why in anything you do, in design, in connecting with someone, think about your why and it'll ground you and it'll help you achieve results quicker.
One thing that we learned is, not everybody can afford to hire an interior designer, right? And a lot of people need help with their homes. They want help. It's a very desirable thing for people, but they don't want to pay for it or they can't afford it, whatever those things might be.
One way we learned that is just by being in the business, friends texting us all the time about what paint color should I do? Where should I get my pillows?
Should I get this rug or that rug?
Have you ever purchased this furniture? We know that designing your nest and your home can be daunting, it can be expensive, it is a large investment, and sometimes people feel like taking a plunge and hiring an interior designer is a big step. And Wendy and I felt like we could connect with all of you in an easier way to make design a little bit more accessible. There are so many nuggets that you can share on a digital platform that you don't have to be in person and be in their living room. We can talk about paint or how to build a color palette or how to select a rug or a tip or trick in a renovation or a remodel that they can apply in New York or Chicago.
Yeah, we hope through our educational tips that we do that will give you that spark so you can go do that project that you've been really wanting to do and have the confidence to go forth in your own decision making.
It can be daunting or overwhelming to hire or bring on an interior designer. Let's say you do want to make some improvements to your home. You think to yourself, A, who in the world am I going to use? Who am I connected to? And how expensive is that going to be? And how long of a contract? How much am I going to have to commit to? And that's one of the reasons why Wendy and I came together, is because I feel like you can address a lot of your design challenges without going into lengthy contracts and a 2-year relationship with an interior designer. I value those and there's a place for those, but I think for many, many people, they want to break down and digest parts of their design challenges at a time instead of remodeling an entire first floor or 3,000 square foot house. That's not everybody. So Wendy, what was one of the most fun videos? It could have been Instagram or YouTube, or it could have been even a story. Something that you really had fun recording because you felt like, yes, I am answering a question. I feel so good about this. I'm actually doing the why. Can you think of one that you did that you liked?
A blog is coming to mind,
Okay,
actually,
what's that?
and it's my hack for how to build a color palette really quick and dirty on an iPhone.
That was hard.
It's hard to do.
No, you made it easy, but to break down the steps of like, first you get inspired by, a picture or something in your home, and then you build. Like, you and I know how to do it.
Yeah, but to think about how to break those steps down is hard. The reason why we write these blogs and spend all this time is so we can provide you what's inside of our heads and how we go through that process of designing. Because to us it comes pretty easy, but when you stop and actually look at every little step we take, it is a lot.
It was educational for me to like stop and say, what happens next?
Right.
And so I enjoyed that process. But you guys should check out the blog of how to build a color palette and how to select a rug. Those 2 blogs will likely be very helpful on how you can even approach a design challenge. Many of you have paint in your house that you want to update. It's an easy way to update the look. And some of you don't know where to begin on how to select the paint. Rug, we talk about all the time, like your room can start from this palette that you create on the rug and build from there, depending on how colorful or neutral you want it. So I would say those blogs would be super helpful. To me, those kind of checked off the mark of why we're doing this. We're talking about what we know, we're passionate and we're good at what we do. And we're giving you educational tips to apply.
And we love those questions, like, where do I start with my color palette? Sure, maybe it is your rug, but maybe it's not. And we love answering those questions too. You could start with a painting. You could start with a couch that you own. It doesn't have to be a rug. It's just sometimes that's the easiest place to start.
Our content across all platforms provide you a tool that you can refer back to. Maybe you're interested in cabinet hardware. You can save that YouTube video or the blog to refer to when you're choosing your cabinet hardware. So I think that it's a great tool to use because you might not need it right now, but you might be planning or thinking about or gaining the confidence to do a remodel.
We wanted to provide a place where all the questions we get from clients and friends can live, that we're giving you our favorite paint colors, we're giving you our favorite products, and you can save those to your Pinterest board or bookmark that blog for later if it's something that's valuable to you in a project that you're currently working on.
And we love hearing from our digital community. We love getting DMs in our Instagram or emails if the client relationship has developed. We love hearing some of your challenges, and there's nothing more fun when we come together each week to record and do our work to address some of those questions. I think what is daunting to everybody, including us, is the level of detail that updates take.
Yeah, and what's hard when we're doing content for you all is we take a snippet. We're trying to get it as short and as impactful for you as possible.
Yeah, and digestible.
And so,
Yeah.
you know, with that doesn't come all of the variables or explanations behind things. So that's why if you're working on a project and you saw a reel or a blog post and you were like, wow, this is great information, but now you're getting into the details of it and you have questions, ask us. Because just because we said, yes, do it this way,
There's
well,
so much to think
depends
about.
on, you know, do you have an old home? Do you have a new home? What floors do you have? Like there's
Lath
so
and
many
plaster,
variables.
drywall. There's all sorts of different things to take into
So
consideration.
ask questions, but you know, learn from what we're giving you and then do research and keep digging and ask those
And
questions.
we want to hear from you.
We all have challenges on what we want to spend on products. We give you a high and a low that will address your needs, but they are all brands and products that we have used and tried and loved.
We realize some of you are at different stages in your life, and you might have pets and kids that you don't want to spend $3,000 on a coffee table.
Right.
So in that case, we will suggest a lower end coffee table.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's lower end because it's particle board or
It's
you
not
know,
as-
it's plywood. It's not as durable for the long term,
Yeah, it's
but it's
fast
still
fashion
a
for the
beautiful
home.
looking product. And then you have the option. You know, do you go the low price point or do you go the high price point?
Well, I think that's a design challenge in the world is, are you designing for longevity and for an investment, or are you designing to just achieve a look and know that the lifetime of that look could expire? It's just like purchasing a vehicle. You know, are you gonna have it for 3 years with kids and pets? Or are you 55 and considering retirement and wanna get in a sick ride with no kids and pets and just spend your money? So it's the same. It depends on the stage in your life. So we're always giving different values, is kind of what you're saying. Okay.
Thank you so much for watching our video about the why we're doing this for our digital community, you.
Thank you to our digital community for following, sharing, and saving things you're learning from us. We love to hear from you. Follow, share, save. What else? Subscribe. Check out our
Comment.
newsletter, our blog.
Ask us questions anytime.
We
We'll get
wanna
back to
hear
you
it.
right away. This way.
What is
It's up
it?
there.
But what is it?
Click on the Meet Teal and Wendy.
Oh yeah, click on Meet
If you wanna
Teal and
learn more
Wendy blog
about
if you wanna
us.
learn more. And then
No, okay.
subscribe and like and share.
One, take your turn one at a time.
Okay, yeah.
Each one of you point.
I know, right?
Each one of you point to the top right and say,
Top
I
left.
am this